Alright, hello everyone. This is our set of notes for our fourth note taker on narrative elements. We're still working in our same unit where our EQ is how does a person read and write a narrative, but we're transitioning now to our second LAQ of that unit, and now we're asking how does an author use the elements of a narrative to build a story. Now this LAQ is going to be more reading-based skills, whereas our first LAQ was more grammatical. We will still continue to practice with that first LAQ in the form of warm-ups as we progress on to this LAQ, and we'll then have a quiz that combines both LAQ 1 and this now our second LAQ. So we're working with three skills in this LAQ. The first one is annotating, the second is making inferences, and the third is summarizing. When I refer to annotating, I mean to write notes in the margin of a text. Now these notes are very useful because they're going to help you pay attention, so you're not going to have any more of those moments where your eyes read the page but your brain didn't. You'll be able to really pay attention and capture what it is you read the first time. They're also going to help you remember where you had questions while you were reading, so that if you wanted to come to class to ask some clarifying questions, you'll remember exactly what it was you were confused about and where those confusions occurred. They're also going to help you come up with sections of a text that could help you answer a question or compose an essay. And in general, it's going to make your reading more meaningful and more personal. These are the things you'll be annotating for, and we're going to build on these skills and these concepts all throughout the unit. So we won't be able to annotate for all of these things right from the get-go because we might not be experts yet in all of these things. But things that you'll be able to annotate for includes questions, be them comprehension or discussion based, making inferences, predictions, narrative elements, which will be our focus for this LAQ, as well as elements of style, which we will progress on to later on in this unit. Our second skill for this concept is to make an inference. And by making an inference, I mean you are coming to a conclusion where you have to read between the lines. The conclusion that you'll come to is not something that the text is going to present you with right straight from the page or right away. Instead, you're going to have to take what the text tells you and combine it with your own background knowledge to come to a conclusion of your own. And our last skill is to summarize. To summarize means to restate the content of an entire text in your own words, and as you do so, you'll be highlighting the key moments from each of the 5 sections of plot. And later on in our notes, we will go into more detail on what I mean by the 5 sections of plot. But for now, this concludes our first video for this section of notes. Go back into Schoology now to access the notes that you need for the rest of the note taker. Oh no. Where's my screen recording? QuickTime.